I familiarized myself with the unfamiliar. So on race day, I knew the water. So
All right, looks like we are live. Yes! Hey, everyone! Ironman and beyond, busy high achievers all over the world. We are here once again because we are about to discuss something very, very important. You guys are ready for this?
I am ready.
Okay. Well, first of all, this is Vineta.
Yes.
And I'm Coach Shangrila. And we also have our special guest, Sheila, in the background, as you can see there. I'm going to introduce her in a little bit. But here you go. This is what you're going to get today. So listen up. Let's see. Hold on one second. Trying to share my screen, but it looks like it's not working. There you go. All right. Let's do this one. A new 5-step approach to finish your first triathlon strong. And actually, this one is not just for first triathlon, but we emphasize this because a lot of athletes, especially the beginners or those who, just getting into like either sprint, Olympic or 70.3 or even full Ironman, a lot of them are actually just going to the training plan, hoping, wishing that everything's going to go well once you complete the workouts, right?
Yes.
And then now, like once you go to the race, something is missing. There's like a gap. And that's what we are here for, because we want to discuss those 5-step approach to finish your triathlon strong. So plus more to that, how to gain confidence, dial in your nutrition, and stay injury free while having fun. Who wants to have fun here? Raise your hand.
I mean, why is anybody doing triathlon to begin with, right?
Yep. So here we go. Let's go into more details here. So what are we going to talk about today? In this live training, we will be discussing the 5 main areas that you need to address besides completing your swim, bike, and run training plan. So besides, I know it's 3 sports already, right? But if you really want to finish strong, there's a little bit or a lot more to that. It's not just about completing your workouts. So we want to make sure that we actually bring those up so you would know, your potential blind spots, because you don't know what you don't know unless someone brings it up, or maybe like you may be experiencing or having mistakes already at the race and it's a little too late already. So we want to bring that up right now, especially now that you're looking forward to 2023, or some of you all might still have more races coming up this year. So let's get to that one.
Yes, right? Let's get those blind spots resolved so you guys have much more fun races.
Okay, so how can you get faster without working harder? Yup, you can get faster without working harder.
Yeah, I want to discuss that.
Yeah, you guys want to hear about that? We'll tell you more. How can you build volume and continue to stay injury-free despite some history of injury? Or it could be like, maybe you're having some discomfort already or having some pain, not necessarily injury, but what can you do with it? So you can actually, have fun, because those pains and discomforts are not fun. And besides, you can't really finish strong if something is limiting you. Okay, so how can we get there? Okay, so you can stay injury free and as much as possible, not feeling any pain or discomfort.
Yes.
All right. Why it's sometimes necessary to go slow to become faster and stay consistent with training. Okay. The next one, gaining confidence by training properly, facing your fear, and understanding your body. Okay. Finishing 70.3 strong, even when you suck at running. Anyone who feels like they're running is like, it's like a necessary evil. It's the last one. Let's just walk. Okay.
Yeah.
But who wants to walk, right?
Running is hard.
Yeah.
Running is hard, especially when it's the last bit. Unless it's your favorite. Unless it's your favorite, and then you're like looking forward to it.
So is there a way, like, what can you do? So this is a good thing, if you feel like you're not so strong in the running, we will definitely touch base on that one.
Yesenia says running is the worst.
Oh, sorry. All right. So what to do to overcome open water fear and the need to stop all the time. So I think this is going to be amazing, mainly because we're not just talking about a specific sport. Okay. We're not just going to talk about a specific sport. Like I said, we are going to talk about 5-step approach to finish your first triathlon strong. And in fact, even I, who have a lot of experience already, so I have 2 Guinness World Record already in triathlon, I still use this 5-step approach. Okay. And I wish I knew this one when I started, but I did not. It actually took me many years and realized, like, why is that? I keep doing my workouts. I work so hard. And then I'm disappointed with my time, or like I was struggling, or like in more of a survival mode, and I was not having fun, and I didn't like it. It took me a while until I realized that there's this 5-step approach. All right. So are you guys excited? So, but before we go, let's see who's on the line so we can also say hi, hello.
Yes, let's welcome. Hi, Yesenia. Good to have you.
All right, Yesenia, how's it going?
Hi, Yesenia.
All right.
Zina's here. Then we have
Gina.
Gloria's here too.
Lisa's
All right.
here.
Lisa,
Awesome.
Nathan
Arnold.
also. All right. Okay. Well, happy Friday, everyone. If you're new to Ironman and Beyond, this is what we do. We conduct this free live training to make sure that we help you. We give back to the community. So also what we would love to do is that for us to hear from you also. So it's a two-way conversation. It's not just me, Vineta, and Sheila here. Okay. We want to hear from you. If anything, like you want to ask questions, please feel free to like just type it up and then we'll address them. Okay. And then also if there's something coming up, it's not clear, coach. I really need some help in my nutrition. We do have those live training. All right. We already conducted those. All you have to do is just raise your hand. Okay. So if you're new in the group, say I'm new. So at least we can say hi to you. What's up, James? Hi, Gloria. So we can say hi to you. Okay. And if you're listening to live, put hashtag live. Or if you're listening to the replay, please put hashtag replay.
Yeah, so we can know that when we're catching you guys.
All right. So let me ask you guys. So like when you train, like how do you train? Do you follow a plan? Like how do you know that you're actually ready for your race? Like what do you do? I want to know.
Yeah, put it in the comments. Let's see who's doing what right now.
Okay. So, because when I was new before, like I said, I was only like following a training plan or like grab a book and then try to follow, hey, how many distance do I need to like complete Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? So I complete the distance. But I did not know about the sequencing because sequencing is also important. Okay. Or like, oh, that guy's doing some weight training. Let me do that. Okay. So like all these things, like,
and then because just sort of adding, you kept like adding, and then it just, your workouts kept growing.
And the other thing is also what is enough training? Could you be overtraining just also because sometimes it could be affected with what's in your mind? Am I doing enough? How do you know if you're doing enough or like what else do you need to do? Okay. You guys are excited for this? All right, Gloria. I know you're new. Welcome. So for those who's just tuning in, okay, we're about to start. We're going to talk about our new 5-step approach to finish your first triathlon strong. We said first triathlon here, but what I wanted to tell you is this one is not just for first-timer triathlete, okay? Like I said, I still use this one. Let's get started. But before that, let's introduce Sheila Alfaro from San Francisco, California. How are you doing, Sheila? Welcome.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm doing great. Yay.
Awesome. Yeah. So Sheila was actually like 8-hour drive from us. I met her online through a referral recommendation by a mutual friend. And when she started, actually, how about you tell us before you met us, like how was, the triathlon life?
Okay. Well, before I met you guys, I was with another tri team. I was just new to triathlon and didn't know how to swim properly. And I love my coach, my previous coach. She taught me how to swim, but she only gave me the basics. So for her, it's like she taught me how to read, but Shangrila taught me how to read Shakespeare.
Wow.
So, yeah, so I thought I knew how to swim. I did my lava man. Oh, I did my first tri sprint, and then I got podium, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm great. And then I did lava man, and not lava man, but Aptos, and I came in dead last. And that's when I knew something's different, something's wrong. And like Coach Shangrila said, you do the training, but if you don't have the right technique, that little minutia, you can't, you're not going to win. You're going to be last.
Gotcha.
So I said, okay, I'm just new. That was my excuse with Aptos. And then I did the Santa Cruz Olympic, again, came in last. And then I'm like, holy shit, something's wrong. I can say shit, right? Sorry. Exactly. Holy beep. Something's wrong. And then I did lava man. I'm like, how can you go wrong in Hawaii? Again, almost last. So I saw this guy, Phil M, with Phil M t-shirt. And I said, hey, long story short, he told me to go to NorCal, Phil M NorCal. I talked to the president of NorCal, Phil M NorCal, and then his name is Arnold, and he recommended me to Shangri-La. Best thing, and in Filipino, we have this thing called utang na loob. It's I owe you my life. I owe Arnold my life, and now I owe Shangri-La because I can swim. I can swim. I'm not afraid of going in the open water anymore. Still not a great swimmer, but I can swim. I'm a swimmer.
Is that why you have that ocean? I think that's a screensaver.
Yeah.
There, is that the ocean?
It sounds like swimming is so important to you. Why was swimming so important to you?
Because it's a survival skill. I grew up in an island. I'm Filipino. I should be swimming, but I didn't know how. So that's like a slap to my culture. Anyway, I grew up in Guam. The background now is my first time visiting Feisty Fox in Long Beach. And that is the team in LA. And I think somebody from Texas, Javi from Texas, was also there. Yeah. Yeah, it was one of the best moments of my 50th decade.
So let me ask you also, back then you were also having you had your run coach already. I believe you have a swim coach, nutrition coach, triathlon coach. You had those many coaches. And how was that for you? Because I feel like that's actually a privilege, having a lot of coaches. Like you have a run coaches, but your goal is triathlon, right? So why so many of those? And then how is it now? Do you still have that?
The reason why there's so many of those, because I didn't know any better. I thought I'm going to get the best instructor, run coach. I'm going to get the best swim coach. I'm going to get the best cycling coach. What happened is there's a disconnect because these three people don't know each other, Okay. So there's going to be too many hands on the pot, too many chefs trying to build this great gumbo, but it's going to, it just doesn't work. So I went to Coach Shangrila, who's a one-stop shop. Gotcha. And no regrets, even though my run coach was super cute, but still a friend.
And everyone, that's actually what we're going to talk about, because that's why we said new 5-step approach. Okay. And I think that's why Sheila also said one-stop shop. But I want to also ask you, I know that you do also have some challenges. You have frozen shoulder. And what are the other
crashed
that you have?
Crashed my bike 2020 actually, and hurt my shoulder. I couldn't move back. Even before I met you, I can barely lift anything or move. But the swim, oh my God. Even my PT said the swimming would be great, but your technique teaching me how to swim properly stopped the pain, because even though I was swimming wrongly. So my shoulder was still getting pinched. But when you swim correctly, there's no impingement. So it's healed. I still can't play tennis or golf, but I can do this. Yay.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, it looks like there's nothing wrong with your shoulder right now. I mean, from
don't look too closely. There's
And did you have some injury also early this year or before in the past?
Sorry. Yes. So my prior to hiring my run coach, I thought, how hard is it to run? Everybody runs. So I did the half marathon at Arizona, rock and roll. Got to mile 7, something started hurting. Got to mile 9, I couldn't move my legs, so I hobbled from mile 9 to 13 to the finish line. And ever since then, I was once burnt, twice shy. I was so scared to run. So every time coach tells me to run, I'm like, I would give her resistance. And that is why I always say I am your key to heaven, because you're so patient with me. You haven't killed me yet. I would always give her resistance, but now I can run and I look forward to it. Something I hated. I hated,
Hold on.
Now I look forward to it.
This was in May, right? Like this was like how many weeks is that? Is that 19 weeks ago, right?
Yep.
I don't do
that.
But it would.
So for everyone who's just calling in, everyone, what we're talking about here, we're about to talk about the new 5-step approach to finish your triathlon strong. So with all that Sheila just said, amazingly, she said that she was just injured. That was only January, okay, for finishing a half marathon, a standalone half marathon. And it was not long ago that she finished 70.3 Sonic Cruise, okay, with only 16 weeks of triathlon training with us, not this one, but here she finished it in 7 hours, 13 minutes. And this is her first triathlon. And here, actually, she paced on the run specifically at 11:47 minutes per mile. And that is a half marathon after a 56 mile.
Nice.
Yeah. It was my first half triathlon, half Ironman.
Yes.
I've done the little ones like Olympics and sprints, but that was, and I can't, say this enough. Thank you, coach, because I finished 35 minutes more than our target time, and when I looked at the clock and I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, the run was so easy. I barely walked. I mean, I jogged.
Someone who sucked at swimming, who said she sucked at swimming. She hated running. So the next one also that she was talking about, the swimming. She also did the swimming. She used to be at 244, 248. When this is a CSS, when you get CSS, and within 30 days, she got from 248 became 224 minutes per 100 yards.
Nice.
That's 14.3%. So now, congratulations, by the way, on that, Sheila. That's like back to back. And
thank you.
Like improving. What I want us to talk about, so our viewers here, Ironman and Beyond, can benefit. Like, how did she do it? Because when she got all this one was only 30 days. She got faster. And then we combine it with triathlon. With triathlon, she was able to finish this 70.3 Santa Cruz with Ocean, okay, with some rollers on the bike. And then the next thing is that she ran a half marathons with sub 12 minutes per mile. Nice. So how did she do it? So what we're going to talk about, and that's why we brought her here, because I think she'll be the best example and she could tell you more of what she had done. What are the 5-step approach? And we're about to show you right now, because I really want you guys to make sure that you don't have any blind spots, whether, it's your your first triathlon or you're going to go for a personal record. I know everyone can benefit on this. You guys are ready, everyone? So here you go.
Let's do
All right.
it.
So let me share you. All right. 5-step approach to finish your first triathlon. Okay.
Ooh,
a lot of athletes, they focus on training and they think, oh, I'm good. I'm ready. I got my swim, bike, run. Yeah, I swim. So like, let's say if it's a 70.3, I swam 2,200. Yeah, I even put 2,500. I can swim. All right. I did bike also 56 mile. I did half marathon. I'll just put it together and I'll be good.
And I'll multiply the times that I have.
And then add it all up. Right. And honestly, guess what?
That's what you did.
That's what I did. Because I'm an engineer. I'm like, it's all about math. And then that's what I did with my full Ironman too, without knowing this 5-step approach. I'll just double it. Why not? It's just math. But no, I learned the hard way. All right. I learned the hard way because I did not know that I really need to master my nutrition, that I really need to do the body maintenance, which will help me and learn how to recover fast so I can go back to training consistently without hurting, okay, and able to actually have a high quality workout rather than checking off the box in my training plan. I did not know that, you know, and back then I was just like, okay, my coach gave me this plan. All right. And I'm going to ask Sheila if that's the way she thought also, or like what had happened before, because Sheila, were you doing all this 5-step approach to finish your first triathlon?
No, not at all. Well, maybe, but it was anemic. You know, like I didn't do the nutrition correctly. Gotcha. I definitely did not do body maintenance and mental fitness. Mm-hmm. That's a different level you guys have.
Different level. We're going to go for that. We're going to talk about that. What's the different level? Yeah. You guys are excited about this one. So let's go about the training. All right. The training, it's not, and as I mentioned, because our athletes are busy, high achievers, you know, they're busy. They have kids, they have family, you know, and they have work, full-time work, and sometimes to work. For Sheila, how many hours do you usually work? I know hours.
That last 2 weeks has been 10 hours a day. So,
and you have
days a week, and sometimes on the weekends. And I have 2 daughters, 2 teenagers. Yeah, don't have teenagers.
Almost. Yeah, we're gonna go through it.
Yeah. So yeah, 2 teenagers, happily married, and yeah. And then I have a social life with friends that are so much fun.
You do. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like juggling.
I have to juggle.
Yeah. So now, right now, well, as you can see, Sheila is very busy, but what we want for Sheila is to actually execute workouts at high quality as much as possible. Now, how can she know that she's executing this training, swim, bike, and run? There's 3 sports. Okay. So you guys are ready. So with the training, what we teach our athletes is that divide that training, and not just to check off the box, you know, oh, coach, I'm done. I'm done. Okay, move on. It's not just that. Okay. We want the training to be done at high quality and then learn from it, give feedback to the coach, and then we give feedback back so we can learn more about what happened. Okay. Now, that training is divided into this: technique, speed, endurance, race skills. And as much as possible, it's not just about, you know, knowing what to do. You know, you want to know of how exactly it has to be executed. So you would want to make sure that your plan, or if you're following a plan or whatever you're doing, that you know exactly how to execute your workout. You know, the zones, you know, the paces, the sequence of it. And for you to be able to understand your body, or like how it is adjusting to the training, you would want to know the why. Okay. So now I want to ask you, Sheila, of this ones here, what do you think has helped you the most with the technique, speed, endurance? Do you think that they are all important?
They're all important. The sequence is perfect because technique, I used to complain again, you know, like breathing. I mean, everybody knows how to breathe, or the paddle, or the catch.
Yeah.
You know, like, how hard is that? It was hard, but the beauty of your training, it's hard but easy. When you're in it, you're doing it when you're first time, you're like, how the hell? But it clicks after the 3rd time, and then it becomes easy. I was just swimming today, and I'm like, only 3,000 yards? And I was so mad because I cramped because I stopped at 2006, and I'm like, I can do, what's 400 more? But my leg said no more. Yeah.
Okay. Who here thinks did you say 300 yards?
3,000.
3,000 yards is a small amount. Who here thinks that?
Hello, Michelle, you made it. Yoo-hoo. Peter, you made it. Awesome. So everyone, we're talking about the technique part. Okay. So the technique part, you said it's hard, but then it becomes easy.
Yeah, it's yeah, you just have to give it a chance. Just follow what coach says. And if you're not, if you're doing the swim, make sure you do the video, because everybody, including me, my friends and including me, said, how's that going to work? It works. It's just the same as it's better than having a coach on deck and them watching you and watching 5 other or 10 other students. Because with coach, like, she does really look at your video, because I got reprimanded many times. Not reprimanded, but Sheila, I told you to do this, and breathe, breathe quickly. And anyway, you got to just give it a chance, because it works.
Okay,
I'm living proof.
Yeah, let me show you of how we do it. And it's actually not just swimming. We also do that on cycling and running.
Can I say about the running?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. About
I
the
remember
running.
the first time she told me to run 17 miles, or between 15 to 17 miles per minute, or a minute pace. And I'm like, 17? That's walking, and she goes, you need to load your legs or something like that, or put volume. I forgot what you said, load your legs. So I started, and I'm like, oh, this is so stupid. And then I had to catch my boss. We have a 72,000 square foot building, and one of my bosses on the other side of the building, I had to catch him, ran there. I'm like, oh, and everybody said, wow, you run fast. I'm like, wow, I'm running. So here we go. Yeah. And then now I love running. Something I hated. Yeah. Okay.
So actually she has improved on the running herself. And let me show you of, like, let's go back to the technique part of it. Like, how do you know how you're running? Okay, so with us, because a lot of our athletes, actually, they're across the United States. So like Sheila, I barely see her, like maybe just twice this year so far. But I got lucky and had the privilege to see her. But a lot of our athletes, we don't really see them, because some of them are on the East Coast or somewhere in the middle, Texas, Arizona. So what we do, we have the communication between the coach is very, very important. And actually, besides me, we have our PT. This one is actually Dr. Michelle, and Dr. Michelle is giving feedback to Sheila.
In the back, we're almost done. She only have like 3 more videos.
So this one.
So on the run, she definitely has a crossover. As you can see, that went way over on both legs. Her whole leg is going across the.
So that was you, Sheila.
Yep.
Middle of her body.
That was
you can
very
kind of see her
recent.
So going up and down. So for Sheila,
over.
I would look at the hip flexor.
So now her hip flexor, right? So now you address the body maintenance. So
every day.
So with this, Dr. Michelle gave you feedback on this one. So Dr. Michelle does our cycling and also running, and then I do the running and swimming. So when you got this feedback, I know this is the second time that actually I think you got from Dr. Michelle. How does that help you on the running part, knowing that what you need to correct?
I took my body maintenance to the next level. I took it seriously since then, every morning. Yeah, I even add my foam rolling. It doesn't say foam roll in some of my body maintenance, but I do it. I just want to be a better runner for this Ironman that I'm going to do, this full Ironman I'm going to do in November. So yeah.
What's the difference? Why do you do it? Why do you think it's so important?
Oh, because she said that if it's my hip flexors, and the body maintenance addresses the hips. Well, I don't know what everybody's body maintenance or ritual is, but my ritual is addressing the hips. So it's me and the clamshells every morning.
So what was going on with your hips before and now? What's the difference?
Well, I had, I injured myself in January, and everybody, the PT, Coach Shangrila, the ex-running coach, who's so handsome, what do you call it? Told me that it's not the IT band itself, but it's your hips that's making you weak. So when Coach gave me the maintenance, I did it, but I did it when I was told. Now I'm doing it because I need to survive. I need to finish my Ironman. So yeah, I do my body maintenance, and it's on my TP every day. So thank you.
All right. So I hear that it has become a habit.
Yes.
Awesome.
Then my husband is really jealous with the foam roller.
All right. It looks like we have Mia also. Welcome, Mia. So we're talking about the 5-step approach on finishing your first triathlon strong. So you mentioned about body maintenance. So for everyone who just called in, body maintenance is basically this is different exercise, and it depends on you, depends on the athlete, depends on the feedback that you give the coach, and then our coaches, our PT, give something back to our athletes, like, hey, you need to focus on your hip flexor, for example, for Sheila. So now having that focus, it helps her more because she's busy. Like, you don't have a lot of time. Some of our athletes, they do yoga, but sometimes you just need to like do something, and then you focus on your weakest area. Okay. So everyone, so like, for example, if you're very busy, it's like, know your weakest area and treat that every day, or address that every day. And it could be different things depending on the feedback of your coach, or depending on what you need to do. But for our athletes, we give feedback. And basically the body maintenance is like, just like, treat it like you're brushing your teeth. It's called body maintenance. It's like, for example, for a car. Okay. You take your car for an oil change. You have to take care of your car, or your bike. You need to do some maintenance on your bikes to make sure that it's running safely, right? So you're good, or you're cycling at high quality. Same thing with your body. So the way we address our body, or we take care of our body, is that we are proactive. Okay, because Sheila here is not injured, but she addressed one of her weakest area, which is the hip flexor. So she does it every day. Is that right, Sheila?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's the secret sauce. It's a secret sauce for making us stronger.
So
I'm curious, who here has noticed their weakest area? Is it your ankles?
Ankle too?
Hips? What is it? It's different for different people. Low back.
Yeah, so everyone, we do have some free training on those, like, actually, if you want to get, because we're only looking at the big picture, the 5-step approach. So if you want to know more about the body maintenance, put hashtag body maintenance, and we'll have our specialist to actually give it to you, free access to it, like as soon as you raise your hand. Okay. So yeah, so that's the body maintenance. So now the next thing is so that's good. I love that. So now that's your running. The next one is for your swimming. So this is actually Sheila when she was doing her swim boot camp, and that's how she got this 248 to 224. That's huge for 30 days. 30. There you go. 30 days. All right. And one of those things that she said is that feedback on the swimming. Okay. So I'm looking into her videos. Okay. So both arms. Okay, so now you're wearing a pugui there. So let's see this one. So this one, like each athlete is different. Okay. So let me ask you, Sheila, those swim video feedback, how is that helping you?
It helped me greatly. Like I said, it helps me more than the coach that's on deck, because you could see me, my angles underwater, above, and on the side. And you just told me what to do, how to catch. I never knew what a catch was, until you told me. And now it's the ball, and hug the ball. And that's what I say when I'm swimming 2 miles. I'm like, in like the quarter mile, I start to get tired, and now I just play a game and say, hug the ball, just hug the ball.
Are you able to correct your technique now yourself?
I'm sure I can, but not correctly. I still need you until I can swim without a wetsuit. But yes, I completed my swim without being tired. I still ran to transition,
awesome.
Got on the bike, right? And then, and then followed your techniques on the bike, did the bike, got to transition, put my shoes on and ran, finished my race, 30 minutes more. I mean, less than expected.
Congrats.
Yeah.
And actually, after your 70.3 triathlon, you also signed up for another race, which was the 2 mile.
Oh, yeah.
So everyone, so what you did, this athlete here, Sheila, she said she's weak on swimming. before she started.
I
But
was.
ever since, ever since like all this training that she got a lot of confidence. Like, who does another race, swim specific race? So what she did, she bumped up. She went to a 2-mile swim 1 week after 70.3 triathlon in Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
And, she said, "Oh, coach, I want to finish 2.4 miles under 2 hours." Well, she finished that 2 miles like 1:30 something. Nice. You got a lot more time. That was a lot of current. Like, how did that feel? Having like, what have you gotten in terms of like the swimming part?
Confidence. And my fear, prior to meeting you, or I think my first 2 times, even in my first 2-3 weeks with you guys, I still had this like anxiety, panic attacks, but after this picture, this really holds dear to my heart, because I think that was the day when my panic attack just disappeared. And I have that woman behind you, Coach Vanetta, to thank for, because she's both of you are like this. I always say you're the swimmer whisperers. You know how to calm skittish swimmers, And then now, see that wave behind? I can do that. And then not only with you guys, but I highly recommend people to meet the other teams, also the local team, because Vanetta, Yesenia, and Yesenia, Andrea helped me a lot too.
Awesome. Way to go, Yesenia. Yeah. I think you're here. Nora, hello. All right, your glutes, Nora. Okay.
The weakness for her, yes.
I think everyone.
A lot. Yeah, that's actually quite common.
Yeah.
The glutes are weak.
All right. Okay. Welcome. All right. So the next one. So we did talk about that one. So like, let's go back to the 5-step approach, which is our topic for those who's just calling in. What we're talking about is this one here, a new 5-step approach to finish your first triathlon strong. So it's not just about, finishing your workout. What else do you need to make sure that you address? Okay, so we touched base some of it, body maintenance, the training. We said that we do need to focus and then give more, attention on the technique. It's mainly because it makes the workout easier, when your body knows how to move correctly, the body will, the sport becomes easier, because you're basically able to manage your energy and become more efficiently when you're actually executing the workouts.
Yes, efficient.
And as Sheila said, it is hard because it's new, because when you do the technique, it is hard, but it's worth it. Okay. And actually that's how she got faster on the swimming, as we mentioned earlier, and even on the running part. So like that one. So now the next one is that we do know, so this was a run video analysis, and then we do also swim video analysis, the same thing as like the cycling. So now we know that you are very good on cycling. You have some experience already before you started with us. Right? But then one of the things that I do know that you have improved is nutrition.
Yes.
So, and which is what I want us to talk about here. Okay. All right. Here you go. The 5-step approach, we're going to jump into the nutrition part.
So why was nutrition important to you? What made the difference when you started?
Yeah. How was your nutrition before?
Nutrition before was just, I wasn't even trained. I just knew that I needed water, my 2 bottled waters, and goo, and my peanut butter sandwich, because I would do 72 miles to 100 miles and, eat. But I never was told to drink every 15 minutes, take your goo an hour, and I'm like, this little packet. Okay. I took it every 15 minutes. I would take it, and I would drink. And then after 100, my century ride, I literally high-fived everyone, and I literally felt like I could run another 13 mile, a half marathon.
You're high. Awesome.
Yeah, I was high, but before I've done it before. I've ridden a 72 miles before. And then right after, I'm like, I'm going home. I'm going to take a shower and just go to bed.
Okay.
Every race, that was my thing. Hey guys, high five. Yay, we did it. Woohoo. I'm going to go home. After this one, I literally it's like I could run. And then that photo you have of me doing this.
Yeah. Yes.
It was just a sprint, I think. I shouldn't just say sprint, but it was a sprint race. But prior to that race, I would have been like, oh, I'm so tired.
Gotcha.
I crossed that finish line. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing, and
even after that long duration, because like one of the examples that we have here is that it was your first century ride, Lake Tahoe.
Yes.
And considering with the elevation here,
elevation
Lake
rain,
Tahoe, with the rain as well, it was wet road. I thought it was a great time. And this one, you practice your nutrition. You mentioned that the kind of like the watt, but it seems like the timing, you did not know anything at all, or the amount. How about the amount?
Yeah, again, the little intricate details.
Gotcha.
Everybody knows that you need to have water when you drink.
Sure.
You need to have liquid when you're recycling. But nobody told me every 15 minutes, and electrolytes. I had water before. Oh, and then can I just digress for a second back to Ironman, the half Ironman in Santa Cruz? My best friend, who's a marathon runner, I told her I'm drinking electrolytes. She goes, oh, that's a lot. She drank water. I beat her on the bike. I beat her on the swim, and I beat her on the bike. And then I almost beat her on the run until the last 3 miles when she goes, hey, Sheila. But she's a marathon runner, that's her thing. But with her, she drank so much water. She had so many bathroom breaks. She had 9. That's a lot of bathroom breaks. I had 1.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And the 70 point something miles, because I was well hydrated. I drank electrolytes because you gave me electrolyte lessons 101, Yeah, it was perfect. It was the perfect race.
When I asked you to eat and drink that much, because I gave you a nutrition plan and you said it was a lot.
It looked a lot.
But you still followed.
I followed it because
you're happy, or were you like, how was it for you? Was it a lot?
It was perfect. I actually had 1 gel packet still because, I had energy, right? It's like perfect.
So I'm sure everyone is wanting to know more about their, what did you do on that one? Hey, Ryan, welcome. So
I'm hearing like there's a very big gap between feeling very tired and like you're hit by a truck at the end of your race, or feeling energetic and feeling like you could do another race at the end. Like there seems to be quite a bit of difference.
Yep.
And that's what that.
Yeah, in 2 months, I think 2 to 3 months, there was a big difference.
Yeah. And what we want to emphasize here is that for the nutrition, everyone, so those who are watching this one, for the nutrition, it's not just about the what to eat. It's about also, you got to know the what. Okay, something that you like, like it's good for your taste bud, that you can, handle it. It's good for your digestive system. You train for it during your training and not during the actual race. You don't test stuff at the race. So the what is important. But then what a lot of athletes are missing is the timing. Like how often do you eat that, what to eat, what time, the sequence of it. And the next thing is the amount. Okay. The amount, how much of it, and how do you know how to adjust? Okay. So like what I'm so proud of Sheila is because she really wants to learn. And that's what we teach our athletes. So, I wanted to tell you, I, as a coach, I don't spoon feed. I want our athletes some work. Okay. I want them to use their brain because I know they're smart. And also the thing about it is that I want them to be independent. I don't want them to be dependent on me giving them nutrition all the time on all the races. I want them to, like, after the coaching, they're like, you know what? I know my nutrition. I'm going to go there. I'm just going to modify this because I learned a lot. Okay. So here's what I'm proud of Sheila. Okay. Let me show you. Sheila used to not know about nutrition, like what to have. Look at this. Before, like about a week prior to her 70.3, she said, hello, Coach Shangrila. When you get a chance, could you please review my nutrition for next week's half Ironman? We'd love to feedback. So now if I download this one, so you can actually see what she did. She put this one together. It's a spreadsheet. How did she do that one? We basically teach them how to do it, and it's not like, oh, okay, I give you homework, you do it yourself. They get feedback. So that's exactly the spreadsheet that she did. So we have that guidance. We have like step by step of how to do it, because if it's new to you, you need like hand holding. You don't want to be like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So now what, right? So we don't just do that with our athletes. So here you go. So here, great job in putting together. So here you go. I made edits and give pointers under notes column. So this is the feedback. And here, and this is what I'm talking about. Like you need to know the amount. Okay. So as you can see here, there's serving. There's calories, carbs, sodium, potassium. There's before swim. What's the timing? Transition. The bike, first hour on the bike, second hour on the bike, third hour on the bike. Man, you got a lot of feedback here, Sheila. So transition too. So for everyone, so this is how to make sure that you do your nutrition. Yes, yeah, that. All right. So if that's a lot for you guys to like digest right now, I have a present for you. A little present, because we have this free training already. If you want that nutrition, because I did talk more about that, like how can you dial in your nutrition, put #nutrition. You get free access because you're a member of Ironman and Beyond. We are not asking for anything in return. Just put #nutrition, raise your hands, and either Sarah or Sheila will give it to you. All right. Sheila, how was that for you? Are you proud of yourself? Because I'm proud, but I don't know.
Heck, I am.
So
I am so proud.
So I mean, you're busy. Was that hard for you to do?
The nutrition or the whole
nutrition?
The whole thing? Not at all. It's so easy. I mean, yeah, it's easy. It looked a lot, when you look at the data, the thing. But if it can fit in your jersey and your little thing, it's easy. Just follow the rules. It's not hard. It's drink, eat.
So is
ride your bike.
I know you actually helped out your husband and your BFF to finish a cycling event. Were you helping them out in a way?
Oh yeah, because I'm a mom
and
a nagging wife, and I'm like, drink now. Time to drink. And Nikki's like, so I tell everybody to drink.
Welcome, Carla. Welcome, Deanna. All right, #nutrition. We'll give it to you. All right, good. We're moving forward. Hopefully you guys are learning a lot. You guys are learning a lot. I'm telling you guys need to know this one. Better late than never. I want to make sure that you guys know your blind spots. Next thing, mental fitness. You mentioned earlier, Sheila, mental fitness. What we give you is another level. So everyone, we do have triathlon coaches beside myself. So I can't handle, there's so many athletes in Feisty Fox coaching, but we also have our sports psychologist, that helps us out, Dr. Mini. And but also I want to ask you, like, why did you say, another level of mental fitness that you got since you started? Like, what did you get?
Okay, before I get to that level, you just reminded me of Dr. Mini and my friend I haven't seen in 40 years since I was a freshman in high school, my first boy crush. He said, Sheila, the thing you posted about be your friend, make your body your best friend, treat your body like you would your best friend. That was from Dr. Mini. And he goes, that really resonated on me. He's kind of overweight. And he's like, and since then, I've been treating my body like my best friend. I'm like, oh, and I really forgot what I wrote a few weeks back, but that resonated on him. So back to your question.
Yeah.
What was the question?
So about your mental fitness, you mentioned like, how was
the different level?
How was your mindset before? Why did you say this time you have a different level of mental fitness?
Because as you can see, I like to talk a lot. And I'm I always knew that I'm mentally strong. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and what do you call it? But I never knew how to articulate things. Why am I strong? And then like Coach Claudia, she resonated on me, one of your coaches also, when she said, stop making excuses. And if you really want something, you're going to go for it. If you really don't want it, you're going to make excuses. And another thing she said was embrace the suck, be comfortable with the uncomfortable. And that's, I knew it was tough, but that's a different level of saying, right? And then talking to you and Coach Vanetta, and then talking to the other team, we have little sub message groups like Yesenia and Gina and Andrea.
Okay.
They're just amazing. It's just
Being-
amazing. And then our team site, there's Odette and everybody else, Stephanie, the two Stephanies, hilarious,
Yeah.
and then looking forward to, it's just amazing. It's just a different level. Once you get to connect with people, your mindset becomes different because it's a different level in a positive way, because we're all in that same boat and we're all trying to succeed. So
Totally
yeah.
agree. Since you mentioned about that, I was able to quickly look into it. So for everyone, I'm kinder to myself when I think of my body as my best friend.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some things that you've learned.
Yeah. That was Dr. Meany, correct?
Yep. So Dr.
Yes.
Meany is our sports psychologist and also our yoga instructor. So we also give that. So you're getting all that. Now, next thing is everyone, you guys are learning a lot. I hope so.
Well, I think that
Embrace the suck. Yep.
why was the mental fitness like so important? Was it that because it gave you sort of these other ways to look at something?
Yes. Thank you.
I think different perspective.
More
So,
tools put them in your
because
brain.
the swimming.
Yeah.
When I first started to swim and I started going open water, I hated. I questioned my life choices. But then, as I kept on swimming, these sayings became my mantra. Embrace the suck. You can do this. And then Odette had this voy a ti. I just love it. It's it's Spanish. It's Puerto Rican. Reaching out. And so I look at the beach. I can see the finish line, and I'm like, voy a ti. I'm coming. And then turns out she says, I'm cheering for you. That's her version.
Yeah.
So-
So Odette is in Florida. Like I mentioned,
Yeah.
guys, I think what's best is actually for everyone. I know you guys have your friends and family. Definitely, it's very, very important that you surround yourself with positive, like-minded people.
Mhm.
And with our community, we have athletes across the United States, and also, and some of them are on the other side of the United States, like Florida, like Odette you mentioned, or like in Maine,
Yeah.
Texas. Even though we haven't met in person, the communication is just
So supportive.
yeah, we allow ourselves to be vulnerable actually, because
Mhm.
I'm vulnerable in the community. I'm not perfect. So, everyone's just like, say as it is, and no facade, no, not masking things. All right. Good stuff. Let's move on. Okay. Next thing is the race strategy. So what is a good thing? Actually, this is a question last time by Sheila. What is a race strategy? Right. So race strategy, everyone, so race strategy is not just, like what pace you're going to target, race strategy is everything else, training is done. Race strategy includes your nutrition strategy, your pacing strategy, how you're going to think, what's your mantra if something happens, if there's a problem, what's going to happen, what if scenarios, and the race strategy basically are the things that we do and we practice. We do have triathlon simulation, but at the same time, how do you execute an effective triathlon race simulation? Okay. So I know, Sheila, you've had your own triathlon race simulation, and actually you even went to Santa Cruz. How did that help you? Besides the so many food there. So like actually exposing yourself at the race, at the ocean, that's you're actually, like you have, you did not have a lot of confidence back then, but you exposed yourself. That's part of the race strategy. How is that for you? How did that help you?
It helped me tremendously. I familiarized myself with the unfamiliar. So on race day, I knew the water. So yeah. And then looked at the routes. Where am I going to run to, transition, everything. The race strategy was great. The nutrition,
yep,
to the T, so perfect.
How about the pacing? Pacing.
Do you remember
specific paces? Yes.
Yeah, you gave me 14, I think, and then she told me to relax. I forgot what you said, and I was doing that, but I was so happy. And then I looked down at my watch. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going 9. I got to go 14. So, you know, and then I ended up with an 11 pace, I think.
Yes.
But because I had so much energy, the race was just all falling into place. It was just perfect. And I just hope, oh, please, IMS is going to be the same, which I know if I follow the instructions, you know, or the 5 steps.
So, So, with all that said, everyone, so we actually tackle a lot. Okay. We tackle a lot. We mentioned these 5 things. All right. So now I strongly suggest that you guys not just go for training, you know, just checking off the box in your plan, but actually ask yourself, do you know how to really execute your training? Do you understand what's in your training? Some of the athletes don't ask, like, when it doesn't make sense, like the pace are, why that pace? I can't even run that pace. Or like, how do you execute that? There's a drill, but then how do you execute that? So I strongly suggest that don't waste your time. Don't waste your time just checking off the box, but instead you have 1 hour, you know, in a day to work out. Are you going to just check off the box, or are you going to do your best to understand how to execute it so you can actually have a high quality workout, you know, wherein it's going to get you result, right? For athletes, you know, like if you want to guarantee to actually finish strong, it goes back to this one in terms of training. And this one happens in swim, bike, run. With the speed, have specific paces, and it's not necessarily just go hard all of the time. Okay, sometimes you got to go slower so that you can actually show up consistently in your workouts and you don't blow up. Okay, because it's not just about one workout, it's about all throughout the week, and you're actually showing up without having pain, without experiencing pain, and you're not overtraining. Okay, and you can do that. You know, with all this, you can do that as long as you train hard, and then you make sure that actually you're replenishing your body with the right adequate nutrition, knowing the what, the timing, and the amount. Okay. And you need to test them. So you don't show up at the race and, how do you do this one? Okay. And the next thing is that you take care of your body. And that's the kind of like, that is a hard part for a lot of athletes, because sometimes like, I got to work hard. I got to do more. And then I don't have time to actually, you know, address for example, for Sheila, you know, her hip flexor. She only put like 5-10 minutes and address the main specific ones. So you want to make sure that you understand your body. Like, what's your weakest link? What's your weakest area that you need to improve, and address that? If you only have 1 hour, you can do this as long as your workouts are specific to you. And that's what's hard about like training plans online, because sometimes they're not really specific to you. Like, you know, they don't specify, like, for example, for Sheila, she was strong on swimming. She was weak on swimming. She was weak on running. But then how do you make sure that she's actually doing the technique part? How do you make sure that she can level up the swimming and running, you know, to be level up at the same level as with the cycling, so they're not lagging, right? So the training has to be specific to you. Okay. Next thing is the mental fitness. It's not just about like, you know, like just I can do this. You got to believe it. And actually having the right training, you know, the proper training, it will increase your confidence, knowing that you're actually, you know, exactly the what, the how, and the why, and how your body is reacting to the training. You can see the results. Isn't that what's happening to you, Sheila? Your confidence is up because you're seeing the result.
Oh yeah. I'm confident than normal now, than usual.
More confident. Right, there you go.
Okay, more confident. I love those choices of words.
Okay, so everyone, are you guys getting a lot on this one? So
I'm wondering, which of these areas are you guys noticing that you need to work on a little bit more? which areas do
So
you
let's go
have
back here.
handled, and which areas are you still missing? Let's put it in the comments. Let's
Yeah,
see.
we did talk about a lot. We got training, nutrition, body maintenance, mental fitness, race strategy. If you tell us like what you need the most, like what's your problem right now, what's your challenge, what have you tried, then Vineta and I will do our best on our next live training for us to address it and actually give you more training, answer your questions, whatever question that is, because really we're here to help. And some of them are already available in our Ironman and Beyond, and it's free access as long as you talk to us. There's technique, speed, and actually, we do have those also. Those who suck at running, we do have run faster formula. We do have those, but you have to talk to us. So talk to us, tell us what you need, and we'll give it to you, the free access to it. And so Sheila, how is that for you, knowing all this 5-step approach?
How is it?
Yeah,
Maybe
how is it now that you know it?
I'm more confident. When somebody asks, hey, do you want to go swimming with us at Aquatic Park or Berkeley Marina? I'm like, yeah. Before I'd make excuses. No, not really, But now it's like, yeah, I'll do it. Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to visiting you guys again.
Awesome. I'm happy to see you anytime.
Yes.
out of all of that, what do you think made the biggest difference for you working together with Coach Shangrila and the rest of the team?
What made the biggest difference, like in my life or in my athletic ability?
Either way.
Or in one of the 5?
Triathlon. Yeah.
The mindset part.
Mindset. Tell us more about it.
Wow. What is that?
We all have fears, right? And now I just can talk myself out of whatever anxiety I have because of the mindset and then the little mantras that we have. So like when I'm 90 years old and I'm trying to get out of bed or the couch or my wheelchair, I'm just going to keep on reminding myself I'm iron, And then if I'm trying to get out of my wheelchair because my Pampers or my Depends are soaked, I'm going to say, be comfortable with the uncomfortable.
There you go. You learn a lot already. You have to write it down. Big letters.
I can remember.
Yes. Awesome. So everyone, did you guys learn a lot from that? So
I learned everything, actually. So thank you.
Awesome.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. So let's see. Yesenia, Nora. Hey, hopefully I pronounce your name correctly. Sharisti.
Yes.
Sharisti, is that right? Hello. So everyone, that's what we do here in Ironman and Beyond. And we, Feisty team, Vineta, Coach Shangrila, myself, we conduct this free live training. We basically base off like what topic we're going to talk about. We base it off like what you guys need. So if you tell us, you raise your hands, and because we already have a lot of free training resources and they're all free. But but you gotta want it because you gotta know exactly what your challenge is right now. Because if you know that challenge, you can focus on that thing, and you'll never know. That could be something that you just need to correct, improve, and you're gonna be like finishing your next triathlon really strong, and actually you're having fun during training.
Yeah.
Amazing. So yeah, everyone. So if you're just like Sheila, okay, if you're like Sheila, who actually didn't know how nutrition is, how the training is, technique, the swimming or running or cycling, or like if you need guidance in terms of like what's the right goal for me, okay? What we also give here in Ironman and Beyond is a 15-minute game plan call with me and Vineta, and it's free. So if you want that, that's why we've been busy, because we're having a lot of calls from you all. All right. So if you have not had that call, okay, just put #game plan. And one of our team will actually, just, hey, what do you need? How can we help you? And then from there, we can have a chat, just one-on-one, and we can go from if we can actually help you, because we don't know if we are able to help you. Some of them, it's like, we don't think you're ready yet. We do have free live training though. So we'll give you those resources as well. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go back to Sheila. Sheila, what are what are the top things, like that you can advise to our athletes in Ironman and beyond now that you've learned this 5-step approach? What are the top 3 things that you can advise? Like, go back to the old Sheila before, like how you were before, right? You got injured, right?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't like it. You had so many, it was great that you had so many coaches, but it was hard for you. You had run coach, nutrition coach, triathlon coach, swim coach, and then now you only have us, or your one-stop shop where we give you everything.
Yes.
And like, what would be the advice that you give the Sheila then?
Okay, the advice I give the old Sheila then, or the younger Sheila?
The younger Sheila,
The younger Sheila.
back in the years, yeah. What would you advise? Top 3 things.
The first advice, top 3, be kind to your body. Give your body, being your whole being, be kind. Don't be so hard. So be kind. Second advice would be, give everything a chance. Just live life. Don't be so hard. I don't know. But my third and the most important advice, take advantage of Feisty Fox free calls, man. Because that's the best thing. You guys, literally, I'm not trying to suck up or trying to get a discount or whatever, because you guys are priceless. Seriously. Whatever I learned this year, just talking to you guys, I can't believe it's just weeks, just a few months, right? A handful of months. It's not even a whole year. And I learned so much.
19 weeks.
19 weeks. Oh my
We've
God.
known each other for only 19 weeks.
End of May. We first talked in the end of May.
So to put things in perspective, I've been cycling for 5 years. 4 months.
Yeah, 4 months.
Yeah. So again, I've been cycling for 5 years. And for the longest time, for 5 years, until 3 weeks ago, I try to avoid the granny gears, the little gear on the front, high cadence.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's for old people. That's for weak people. And I avoided that as much as possible. But oh my God, I used it. Right now, I looked at my Strava. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going faster than ever using granny gears. So yeah. That's it. Trust the training. Number 2. Let's do that.
Okay, there you go. Don't be hard on yourself.
Yeah, be kind to yourself. Trust your training.
Trust your
call Feisty Fox. It's free.
All right. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing, like how you're able to apply these things, because it is very important. We don't want to just be the one, like just tell, we want more experience, because someone who's new in triathlon and someone who's actually been cycling for 5 years already, but yet still continue to learn, and actually continue to get stronger and not, be able to stay injury free. So that's great. Love it. Well, thank you, Sheila. So everyone, if you guys got a lot from this call, put #value and let's thank Sheila for her time. And I know you've been working so hard this week. And so thank you, Sheila, for your time. Thank you, everyone.
Pleasure.
It's been a pleasure as well. And we love Ironman and beyond. So if you guys have any questions at all, just put under. And if you want that free call, just put #gameplan. All right.
Yes, and we'll see you in the next live.
Yes, there'll be more.
There'll be more. Look out for these posters, okay?
Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.